Good morning. For breakfast today we are having oats with hemp seeds, chia seeds, persimmons and peanut butter, and I'm very excited to dig into this. Also maple syrup and cinnamon. Classic Maddie meal. I've been absolutely loving porridge recently, and please ignore if you hear any banging in the background. We are having our garage renovated at the minute and they're doing the ceiling, so that's where the banging is coming from. So delicious. I was so excited when persimmons arrived with the Riverford delivery. I haven't actually honestly ever had one before. I think I'm saying it right, persimmons. Persimmons is what I naturally say, but to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm obviously very uncultured because I've never tried them before, but they are seasonal at this time of year, and it came in the delivery box and I was like, wow. And I've been eating them every day since in my porridge, and it's delicious. They kind of have a mango-y kind of taste to them. You may have noticed in the beginning I was using an app on my phone to scan the barcode of some of the products that I was cooking with, and I wanted to share it with you because it's very, very cool. It's called Open Food Facts, and they are a French non-profit organisation. So if you scan an item, so for example I was scanning the oats, it will come up with nutritional information, which can be quite useful if you're vegan and you can't be bothered to read the full ingredient list. You can just scan it and it will tell you whether it's vegan or not. But also the eco score, and this is their new thing that basically will tell you the packaging, the agriculture, where it's come from, and it has loads of information there that you can scroll through to understand whether this product is environmentally friendly or not, essentially, which I just think is so genius. And the more people that use it, the better the app will get, because you can actually add in there, and there are a few things that I've added that are a bit obscure, like I've got a Cornish peanut butter that didn't pop up when I put it on the app, and I added some information in. I'll leave a link to the app below, and I'm going to enjoy this delicious bowl of porridge to the soundtrack of the drumming of a hammer from next door. So the other day I was shopping for milks, and I thought it'd be really interesting to see the difference between oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, all the different things. I ended up going for the Outpro oat milk because when I scanned it, you just find the barcode, you scan it, and it will come up with an eco score. So it has all the overview of like the nutrition, the ingredients, nutrition values, but the eco score is the thing that I wanted to focus on. So this has an eco score of B. I think almond milk had an eco score of C or D, because obviously almonds use a lot more water to produce the end product. They have the same packaging, it's a Tetra Pak. This is recyclable. It gives you information on agriculture, so basically how the different life stages of this product have impacted the environment. The transportation, the packaging, the processing, everything, which I find very interesting. It's not something you ever can see a breakdown of on the back of packaging. And I really do reckon that in the future that will be on the back of packaging, because I think people are more and more interested. And so this app is ahead of its game. If you scroll down, it will tell you the environmental policy, so whether there are any species that are threatened by the product, the packaging, and then therefore a final score. Open Food Facts have received help from google.org. So they've received funding and expertise from google.org fellows. So the fellows are technical experts, software engineers, designers. They've come on board with Open Food Facts for 6 months pro bono to help them develop this eco score. They're using AI technology to basically improve the way that this app works. They have specifically been working on the eco score because it's giving producers and consumers that extra level of information that otherwise we don't have at a glance. Like I said, it's not on the back of packaging, and I find it incredibly useful and insightful. And it goes beyond just grant funding. They have given 1.1 million euros to Open Food Facts in grant funding, but they have something special, which are all these geniuses who can offer their expertise basically to improve this app and help develop this eco score, which I think is extremely useful. I really wish I had something like this when I first went vegan, when I first was trialing sustainability, when I was learning more about it, because it is a minefield and it's extremely difficult to know where your products have come from, what is or isn't eco-friendly, and there's a lot of misleading information out there. And I think it's important that we as individuals make sustainable changes, but also look to companies and seeing what they're doing. Interestingly, Google are actually the first major company to become carbon neutral and to match their energy use 100% with renewable energy. Another really cool thing is that they have pledged to run and power all of their operations entirely by carbon-free energy by 2030. And it all started in 2020 when Google.org's Impact Challenge on Climate started. 10 million euros has been given to fund bold new ideas that are using technology to accelerate the progress in Europe to a greener future. And that's where Open Food Facts comes in, and the app and the funding they've given them, the expertise they're giving them, and I just think it's an awesome idea. Let's see if there's anything in my fridge. I want to show you tofu because this is something I think that gets some bad rep sometimes from people, that soy is terrible for the environment and vegans are just like not sustainable because of tofu and the amount of soy in products. But if I scan the tofu from the fridge, this is Sainsbury's organic tofu. Note it's the organic because most soy that is unsustainable and bad for the environment is the kind that's not organic and is mass produced. But all tofu pretty much in the UK, all the ones I've ever found, are organic, and it's very different. So scanning it, and it has overview, the Nutri-Score is A, and then also the Eco Score is A. So the tray is widely recycled. It's got like a little information. That's really useful. I think this, again, so much misinformation about recycling, what you can and can't recycle. Recently, Alex and I have discovered that we can drop all of our bags, all of our plastic bags, like crisp packets, that kind of thing, to Tesco, I think. They've got a plastic bag recycling section. And you can recycle this if you wash it, put it in the recycling, and that makes it a lot easier to see. The PEF environmental score is 0.09, so the lower the score, the lower the impact. So the impact on climate change is 0.68 kilograms of CO2. The production mode is organic, and there are no threatened species. And then it tells you about the packaging. Obviously it is plastic, but it's recyclable, so it all adds up to a very good score. So give it a go. Go check it out, download it, go scan some things in the shop, and go check out Google.org's Impact Challenge on Climate. It's really interesting, all the cool things that they're doing to boost this kind of technology. So yeah, I'll leave a link below. Good afternoon. It is 12:20 and it's a busy day today. So for lunch, I've decided to make like a tray bake, which literally is just the laziest food you can make, which means you don't have to stand over the stove at all. You just get a baking tray, fill it with veg, and then I'm gonna have it with some lentils, I think. So let's go look in the fridge and see what food I have. It's really as easy as that. I do have some more cauliflower to use, and I think we're gonna have a curry at the weekend, so I'll shove that in a curry. But it's perfect if you need to multitask. So I'm gonna go next door and do some editing, and this will probably cook for like 30 to 45 minutes. I wanted to put some potato in there, but there was no room. So I think I'm gonna have it with some lentils, and I'll season the lentils and just heat them up before I serve it. So I'll like heat them up in a pan with some kind of sauce and put them over some lentils just to get some protein in. Well, yeah, I really wish I could put some sweet potato in there, but there just wasn't enough room. This is also a great way to meal prep. So if you do this on a Sunday, then it means you have roast veg for the week, and you can do like a few different trays of different flavours, or I could easily roast some sweet potato separately to go with this, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. It already smells delicious, and the nutmeg and cinnamon are just going to make it taste Christmassy, which is just what I want this time of year. So if you're trying to make a dish have some sort of autumnal, wintry warmth, just add some ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, those kinds of things, allspice, and don't go too wild because they are strong spices, and it will just add that extra oomph. I had forgotten that I have these M&S green speckled lentils, so I don't need to cook anything. I'm gonna just microwave these, but my microwave is in here. These little pouches I never used to buy because of the packaging for sustainability reasons. But I think I talked about this recently. I've started buying a couple of them each food shop because there are days when I'm so busy that it's either I cook something from a pouch like that and I eat healthy, or I end up just having the same food every day, or like not eating properly, or having like, I don't know, my go-to when I can't be bothered is just a wrap with some cheese and other things in it, which is fine, nothing wrong with it. But if you're having that day in, day out, not ideal. And this is where I think sometimes you have to weigh up sustainability versus sustainability of your own diet, if that makes sense. So I think sustainability needs to extend beyond just the packaging, how eco-friendly it is, but whether you're able to keep something up. And I think if sustainability of a vegan diet is you have to cook absolutely everything from scratch and use no packaging at all, that is not going to work long term, and you're kidding yourself if you think that it will. For some people maybe, but it's a very small portion of people. For me, with my lifestyle at the minute, I'm busy with work, and it just doesn't always happen. And it means that I can eat the foods that I know are gonna make me healthy and keep variety in my diet. So if you're feeling that way about certain packaged foods that enable you to eat healthy and enable you to cook proper meals, and they come with packaging, don't beat yourself up about it, because having to cook all your chickpeas, all your lentils, everything from scratch, and have everything be flavoured with lovely spices and everything is not always doable. My lunch today, my breakfast today have been super quick, and that's because of things like this. Given today is actually one of those days I would have cooked the lentils on the hob and been fine with it, but not always the case. And some days I will have that with some salad and some other bits, and like tomatoes and cucumber and some hummus, and I'm good to go, and it makes my life easier. So yeah, ramble over, let's heat this up. Lunch is served. I've dolloped some hummus on the side. Also, what would be good with this is maybe some gravy. I feel like gravy would be delicious. And these little garlic cloves, you may be wondering, they obviously have the skin on. The way I eat them, when they're not so hot, is I just literally just squeeze the garlic out. What I usually do, because I'm lazy, is I literally, as I'm eating it, I just get the garlic out, but it's much easier once it's cooled down. You can just squeeze it on top. And roasted garlic, honestly, it's the tastiest thing ever. Let's give this a go. That's so easy. I need to remember that this is so easy. That's the thing with like eating food from scratch and cooking from scratch. It's about remembering to do it and realizing how easy it is and getting to the habit of it. Because when it comes to like trying to eat sustainably or trying to eat vegan or cook from scratch, which inevitably will make your food choices more eco-friendly, it's getting into the habit of it, because when I got into the habit before, when our kitchen wasn't done, of just grabbing anything, like making a sandwich, realistically, the time it took me standing in this kitchen was probably similar to this, because this time it took to chop these vegetables, shove them in the oven, was about 10 minutes. And then I just came back and microwaved the lentils and then it's ready. Same goes for like a sandwich if I was making like a toasty or a wrap, you know, or leftovers or whatever. The best days when you have leftover days. It's just reminding myself that I can cook something different. And one thing that really helps me and Alex is when we write a meal plan for the week, where we decide what we're going to have for dinners, and then I throw in a couple lunches. So a lot of the time the dinners will have leftovers, and then maybe I'll plan 1 or 2 lunches. So maybe a soup that we can eat for a few days, or something like this that I could eat for a few days. And then it means that not only does it save my money on my food shop, but also when I'm cooking each day, I know what I'm having, and that takes the fatigue from having to make a choice. Because it's the same as going to the gym. If you've laid out your clothes the day before, then you just have more likelihood of going than if you have to wake up and decide whether you're going to go or not, because the decision's already been made. So that's my tip. And I'm really trying, ever since we've finished our kitchen, to cook different meals each day. So I'm having a variety of plant foods that are gonna make me feel my best. But anyway, enough rambles. Let's give this a try. It smells very Christmassy. That is so delicious. Yeah, gravy. I'm always debating whether I should make some gravy. No, I can't be bothered. No, gravy on top of this would be so good. I can't not have a snack post-lunch, so we're going for this M&S cocoa, orange and hazelnut pressed fruit and nut bar. It's basically like Naked Bar. And I'm going to have a cup of decaf coffee because I didn't have one this morning, so that's my little snack. Yum! So we're at Travascus Farm Shop, which is a local farm shop to us. They've got loads of lovely goodies. I need to pick up a few bits we're just running low on. I'm also interested to see some of the bits in here. The Eco School, I want to find one that's got like a really good one. And this is my first experience like shopping using the app to see food and pick it up and see if it's vegan, see if it's eco-friendly, see what the packaging like. I feel like it's going to really help with my shopping experience, though in a farm shop a lot of the stuff I think will be pretty good on the scale. I always end up buying stuff here because it's just one of those lovely farm shops, and I'm trying to shop here more regularly for like all the essentials. Look at all the delicious veg. Look at the sprouts. That means it's Christmas time. I love sprouts. Got the goods! I feel like you can't buy stuff from the shop without having one of the things straight away. Cool thing about this, plastic-free packaging, so it's compostable. I'm interested to find out where it is compostable, like where do you compost this? We'd have to look that up. I'm sure it says on the website. Right, let me show you quickly what we got. Woo! Brussels sprouts, which I'm very excited to eat this week. Got Roxy a little treat. Roxy, do a treat. Do a treat. These are her handmade dog treats, Paws for Cake. So www.paws for cake, and these are .co.uk. These are cheesy star dog treats. I think they must be made in Cornwall. Robbie, do a treat. Do a treat. She's got my boot at the minute. We've got some Violife Greek White, Some gnocchi. I tried to find non-gluten free, just normal gnocchi, but I didn't have it, but this looks really yummy. The crisps that I showed you, the two farmers, they actually sent me some of their crisps a few weeks ago. So that's why I recognise them.
Yay.
Got some Clipper rooibos tea and organic fair trade decaf normal tea, because I'm not one that sits well with caffeine. Got some pak choy, broccoli, lots of green veg. Alex picked up this gigantic onion. We've got plenty of onions, but are you helping the lighting? It's not the best lighting, it's kind of dark. I got some pomegranate juice because it's something special. I'm trying to drink less alcohol at the minute. I had too much. Do you ever have this? Whenever I get slight anxiety after drinking, so I went out the other week with my friend and I had one too many glasses of wine and woke up the next day and had a bit of a, I think it's called anxiety, when you have a hangover and you feel a bit anxious about the night before. Even though I wasn't drunk or anything, I just felt a bit. I had to pick
her up and she was.
No, I was not drunk. I'd been out with other people and they think, oh, did I say something silly that I wouldn't usually say? Or you just have that pit in your stomach. And whenever I have that feeling, I kind of feel like I should probably not drink just for a little bit, because I was sober for 2 years. And then since then I don't really drink as much, but occasionally I'll go out and have one too many and then I feel like, okay, I need to just take it easy. And so I got some pomegranate juice to have with some sparkling water. That was a very long description of why I bought the pomegranate juice.
Cool story, bro.
Then we got some Spanish olives. I'm gonna have to eat one now. I feel like this food shop is a bit of just a fun food shop. Holy moly. Alex. These taste like the olives that we get in Marbella.
I've never been to Marbella.
Mallorca, I always mix them up. I could eat this entire jar right now.
It's the ones where the olive flesh, whatever you call it.
It's soft.
It just kind of falls off.
Yeah. Melts, it's like butter.
Yeah.
I got some mushrooms because it wouldn't be a Maddie shop without them. Got some chestnut ones. We got some avocado hummus that was 50% off. Some classic hummus. Some gravy because we're out of gravy. And some ketchup because we're out of ketchup. So it was a mixture between some veg that we needed and then just some fun stuff, because I feel like when you go to farm shops like that you can't help but just buy fun bits as well. I'm gonna go get my pajamas now.
I'm going to take the compost out because it's overflowing.
I'm in my pajamas and we are making mac and cheese, but mac and cheese with a twist. This is green mac and cheese from my ebook. I'll leave a link to my ebook down below because I've got loads of recipes similar to this, as well as the full recipe for this, but I'll show you making it. dinner is served. Here it is in all its glory. I apologise, the lighting is so bad, but this is looking dreamy. Do you want to try it?
It's a bit green.
We've had this before. Many a time.
I haven't had it like this though.
Mm-hmm.
Have we?
Yeah, I made it from ebook.
Oh.
This is so good. This is the perfect way to hide vegetables if you don't like them. Because it's got leeks and spinach and basil and loads of yummy things.
It's the only way I'll eat greens.
Really, really, really does taste good. I always try and get some kind of vegetable into my meal, so, and there's probably enough, I would say, for like 4 to 6 people, depending on your portion sizes. My least favourite thing to do is, oh, I didn't put portion size, oh no, serves 4. I always try and be generous with my portion sizes because I really kind of hate the idea of portion sizes because everyone is so different. If you read a recipe and it says serves 4, and then it only serves you like 2, then you feel bad, but don't pay attention to portion sizes, eat how much you want. But
this should be enough for tonight.
No, usually with mac and cheese, I dish up really big portions and we are like so full by the end because it's so filling.
Yeah, after a few mouthfuls you realise you're not finishing it. Although this one feels quite light.
Well, because it's cashews.
Yeah.
Often I make mac and cheese. If you want to make mac and cheese that's like totally indulgent, I will just fry some garlic with butter and then cook the pasta and then mix the pasta with some pasta water and like half a block to a block of grated cheese.
You did a video on that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and melt the cheese in with some like half a cup of milk, and just that's all it is, because then it tastes like just proper mac and cheese where it's cheesy. This is like healthy.
I'm going to go and eat this.
But yeah, I'll come back if I have some pudding. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, Alex is mooning me in the background. Stop it. He's doing it again. I just had some Alex! Oh my gosh. Okay, I just had some crisps because it's Friday. Alex and I like to we like to always watch something together and have a few snacks. So I had a handful of, oh, what are they? The M&S prawn, but they're not actually prawn. They're M&S like prawn shells. They're basically like little, oh, what are they called? What they're not called quavers, what are they called?
Skips.
Skips, basically skips. And I had a few little things of this. There's about half left. Well, let's scan this, why don't we? To see what it comes up with, because this is probably one of the foods that would probably categorise as not very sustainable. So I'm interested to see, because as a brand, you think of Cadbury's as being not particularly sustainable, but then on the front it says 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. And because it's vegan, the actual ingredients list is really short. So it might not come up though, because it's quite a new product. No, yeah, it's not coming up. But I think I can input this, which is quite interesting. So if you're doing this yourself, you can input all the information to help the app gather that information. That's actually something that the Google.org fellows are working on directly with Open Food Facts, so that more products are automatically scored. They are building an AI model that will compute eco scores for millions of products so that it is done automatically, which is really cool. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know if you want to see more what I eat in a days and sort of tips on how to eat sustainably, more cooking videos. Now my kitchen's done. That video is coming soon, or is already up. I'll leave a link somewhere. Wait, has it already been up? I think it has, yeah, so I can link it so you can see the kitchen makeover. But now the kitchen's done, I can obviously cook more in here, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. So yeah, I will leave a link to the app below, like I said, and some more information about the Impact Challenge on climate. And I'll see you in my next video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and give me your feedback on what food videos you would love to see. And yeah, see you in my next one. Bye bye.
Excuse me.
Ah!